You ask most people what their number one fear is. What do you think it is? Most people's number one fear is public humiliation. Okay? I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not afraid of it.
Mel Gibson's latest film, Sound of Freedom, is shaking up Hollywood in ways few expected. Known for his legendary roles in films like Mad Max and Braveheart, Gibson has often been a controversial figure. But this time, it's not just his acting that's sparking debates. It's his outspoken stance against woke culture. In an interview with John Lithgow 6 years ago, Gibson predicted the radical shift in Hollywood's landscape, highlighting its growing focus on political correctness over storytelling. His words, once dismissed, now resonate powerfully as Hollywood grapples with these very issues. Gibson's fearless critique calls attention to the creativity-crushing impact of woke ideology, where conformity often trumps genuine artistic expression.
I've never seen Hollywood quite so shaken by anything.
It's a little late.
So we'll see how it all shakes down. Hopefully it clears the air a little bit.
Woke culture started as a movement championing social justice, but Gibson argues it has morphed into a beast that silences dissent and stifles creativity. He's described it as a creativity-crushing, silence-enforcing force that punishes those who dare to challenge the narrative. Hollywood, he says, operates like a modern-day priesthood, where those who step out of line are exiled. This analogy vividly illustrates his point. Nonconformity is met with swift and harsh backlash. Gibson's frustrations echo a broader critique of the entertainment industry's reluctance to embrace differing perspectives. His defiance against the culture of cancellation highlights a growing divide between Hollywood insiders and audiences yearning for authentic storytelling.
Generally, passively sit by and tolerate any kind of nonsense, but if one of their priests utters something that resembles orthodoxy, well then they spring into action, they reprimand him, and they bully him and do their best to cancel him. And it succeeds. They drum him out of the service, off he goes.
From its inception, Sound of Freedom faced resistance from major studios. Tackling the grim reality of child trafficking in Latin America, the film confronts a subject many in Hollywood shy away from. According to Gibson, this was no coincidence. Studios actively tried to suppress the movie, fearing it would disrupt their carefully crafted narratives. Yet, instead of backing down, Gibson and his team adopted an unconventional strategy, a staggered release across multiple countries. This approach kept the film in the spotlight and generated lasting buzz. The result? Sound of Freedom not only shattered box office expectations, but also forced a conversation about Hollywood's unwillingness to tackle hard-hitting issues.
The social contract. You can't get mad. You can't get mad. You can't let it get you, because you have to make a deal with everyone else, and it's almost unspoken that you are going to be fucked over at some point.
The release strategy of Sound of Freedom was revolutionary, and its impact was undeniable. Unlike typical blockbusters that fade after opening weekend, this film sparked ongoing discussions about corruption and hypocrisy in Hollywood. By addressing child trafficking, Sound of Freedom directly challenged the industry's focus on politically correct narratives, while ignoring pressing global issues. Gibson's calculated approach turned resistance into an opportunity, proving that audiences crave raw and honest storytelling. The film's success reveals a glaring gap between Hollywood's priorities and what viewers truly value: a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths instead of hiding behind polished facades.
Sound of Freedom is smashing it at the box office and is being attacked continually by the mainstream. Is that because it's a box office success?
As Sound of Freedom smashed box office records, the mainstream media's response was swift and unforgiving. Many attacked the film, branding it as a political statement rather than an artistic one. But Gibson's bold advocacy turned criticism into a rallying cry. He exposed the hypocrisy of an industry that champions social justice, yet avoids addressing real-world atrocities like child trafficking. By calling out Hollywood's silence, Gibson highlighted the double standards within an industry quick to cancel dissenting voices. His unwavering support for the film demonstrated his commitment to truth over appeasement, inspiring audiences worldwide to question the agendas driving modern entertainment.
The recruiters weren't the guys. It wasn't some weird dude in a mask, glasses, and a white van. It was a woman. It was a non-threatening person. So this 17-year-old girl recruits this 10-year-old and was horrified what happened. So she promises this girl candy and ice cream, but what she finds is a bunch of guys that kidnapped her, shot her full of fentanyl, and she had to hear this 10-year-old girl for the next 2 hours.
In recent interviews, Gibson has been unflinching in his critique of Hollywood's shifting values. He paints a stark picture of an industry that prioritizes political agendas over authentic storytelling. By recounting real-life cases of exploitation, he underscores the urgent need to confront these issues head-on. One haunting story shared by Gibson involves a 10-year-old girl deceived and trafficked by someone she trusted. These raw accounts bring the harsh realities of child trafficking into focus, a topic Hollywood often overlooks. Gibson's commitment to addressing such subjects contrasts sharply with the industry's sanitized narratives, reinforcing his position as a filmmaker unafraid to tackle uncomfortable truths.
That's how this town has been running for so long. They'll mute you. They'll try to mute you at all costs.
Despite relentless attacks, Sound of Freedom continues to expose the cracks in Hollywood's facade. Gibson's outspoken stance has made him a polarizing figure, but it's also sparked a global movement. The film's success challenges the dominance of woke culture, demonstrating that audiences crave authenticity over adherence to ideological agendas. Hollywood's attempts to discredit the film only amplified its message, proving that censorship often backfires. With unwavering determination, Gibson has turned criticism into momentum, solidifying his reputation as a filmmaker willing to challenge the status quo. His efforts reveal an industry struggling to reconcile its proclaimed values with its actions.
From beginning to end, it's very brief. He says, women on film, either naked or dead. Both is better. And it's like, whoa!
Hollywood's fixation on conforming to the woke narrative often overshadows pressing global issues. Yet, Mel Gibson's defiance sets him apart. From Hacksaw Ridge to The Passion of the Christ, his films consistently challenge norms, prioritizing impactful stories over politically correct box-ticking. With The Passion of the Christ, Resurrection on the horizon, Gibson is once again ready to push boundaries. This upcoming project, steeped in Christian themes, is likely to reignite controversy in an industry reluctant to embrace religious content. Gibson's unwavering vision highlights his belief in storytelling as a tool for provoking thought and inspiring change, even at the risk of backlash.
Actually, I asked Mel to present this award to me for a reason, because when I couldn't get sober, he told me not to give up hope, and he urged me to find my faith. Didn't have to be his or anyone else's as long as it was rooted in forgiveness.
The double standards in Hollywood are glaring, especially when it comes to handling controversies. While other celebrities are often shielded from scrutiny, Gibson faces relentless backlash for his views on woke culture. This hypocrisy underscores an industry more concerned with protecting its image than addressing substantive issues. Gibson's commitment to challenging these norms has made him a target, yet it also underscores his resilience. His personal experiences, including public scandals and professional blacklisting, have only strengthened his resolve. By refusing to conform, Gibson continues to inspire audiences and provoke critical conversations about the future of entertainment.
In today's easy cancel culture world, and cancel culture, woke culture, this culture, that culture, division, etc., that really bugs me.
In today's cancel culture climate, Gibson's defiance stands out as a beacon of free expression. Having endured Hollywood's darker side, he's emerged as a filmmaker driven by purpose rather than approval. For Gibson, this isn't just about creating films. It's about preserving the essence of Hollywood as a space for bold, meaningful storytelling. His fight against woke culture symbolizes a larger battle over the direction of the entertainment industry. While critics dismiss him as out of touch, his growing audience sees a visionary unafraid to challenge entrenched norms. Gibson's journey reminds us that true artistry often lies in questioning, not conforming.
It does feel different. I think because, I don't know, I think just because I've been around longer, it's different. Yeah. I'm more relaxed about the whole thing, you know, because there's no point in being anything else, right?
It's true.
So, you know, I'm not going to get all wound up about it. I'm going to just try and, like, observe.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson's journey reflects the complexities of challenging an entrenched system. He's witnessed firsthand the mechanisms that silence dissent, yet his resolve remains unshaken. For Gibson, the battle isn't just about breaking Hollywood's hypocrisy. It's about advocating for storytelling that dares to confront the uncomfortable. As Hollywood grapples with its identity, Gibson's defiance forces a reevaluation of its priorities. His work resonates with audiences seeking stories that reflect genuine human experiences, not sanitized versions tailored to fit ideological molds. Whether you view Gibson as a pioneer or a provocateur, his influence is undeniable, ensuring that the debate over Hollywood's future remains far from over. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content.